Yes, finally we have the data in the backend, in the database, and we are going to fetch all of them and display them on the home page. Okay, that is what we are going to do in this particular video. Without wasting our time, let us go. Now we are going to go from inside. Let me clear all the tabs. We are going to go from inside of the front end, then the home.view. Here is our table. So we can just start running our project by opening the terminal and then navigating to the front end like that. Then we're going to open the project, npm run dev like that. Then we're going to the backend and make sure the servers are running. So npm, php artisan serve. We must first move inside the directory, the backend directory. So backend like that, then run php artisan serve. Then start our server and make sure the jump, Apache and MySQL are running right here. Make sure they are green like this. They are running. Okay. Now we can see, we know very clearly that our database has got some user information already saved. And in this video, we're going to request to get all of this information and render them on the home page. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So the backend server is running. So we're going to close the terminal. Then we can close this tab. We can close this one so that we can have a clear picture. Now we're going to create a variable that will store the data, the details that we're going to fetch from the backend, so that we may use it to render on the page. Okay, so we can just open this project on the browser, copy like that, then we're going to open like that. So this is the static data. As you know, we are going to make them dynamic. Okay, now we are going to create a variable called detail. So const details, which is going to be fetched in the form of an array. Okay, so it is going to be an array of objects. Okay, now we are going to make sure we are always going to fetch this data whenever the page is loaded. So fetching the data when the page is loaded like that. So we are going to use a method called onMounted like that, and make sure it is imported from view on top here. So onMounted method, inside you're going to create an arrow function like that. And because we are going to fetch data from the backend, waiting for the response, so this is going to be an asynchronous function. So async function like that. And because this is an asynchronous function, we might experience an error or a success response. So we are going to use a try catch block to handle the errors. So console.log, and then we are going to console the error dot response, which we are going to create it again dot message, like that. So this response, we are going to create it to define it. So first response is going to be equal to await, then the Axios client. Okay. And then we are going to use a method .get method, because you're going to fetch the data from the backend. So .get method, and then the path URL is going to be API / the details. So we're going to fetch all the details from the backend. Okay. Now we should make sure that this Axios client has been imported. So we're going to import it. Axios client from Axios.js, like that. Then we save. Now it is imported. Okay. Now we are going to console.log the response and see if for sure it is fetching, or we are going to get some error. So we are going to console.log these responses. So response.data. Okay. Yep. So this method will just call itself whenever we are on that home page. So let us see. I think we have an error. Let me refresh and then check the console. The unhandled error during execution of setup. Let me see. Console.error. Let us see. Unquote in promise ref is not okay. Ref is not defined. So we are going to define ref. At this ref right here, we're going to define it. So ref, like that. So we're going to save and see. Refresh. Now you can see it is back, and you can see pretty well that there is some array which has been fetched from the backend. So these are the arrays that we need to display them on the page. So this is perfect. This is a user detail, the user number 2 details, like that. So we are going to render them on the page. So we are going to assign this response.data to this detailed variable. So straight we're going to do that. So details.value is going to be equal to response.data, all the arrays data, all the arrays. Then we're going to save on that. Now we are going now to render the data on the page. So we're going to scroll above and look for this table row. Okay, inside the table row, inside the table body, here is where we are going to loop through the data and then display everything. So we are going to clear the rest of the table rows. The static data, we're going to clear them. Select like that. Remove the table rows. We will only remain with one. Okay. Like that. So we're going to remain with only one. Like that. Okay. So whenever, let me save and then we check on the page. You can see there is only one user, and we are going to display this fetched user information. Okay. Now we are going to the table row right here, where we're going to use v4 for looping through all the data inside the array. So the array is the array of details. So we're going to each detail in the details array. Okay, like that. And we're going to use the ID vbind. So ID details outside this v4. So the ID going to be key. Sorry, vbind key. Let me clear that one. So vbind key, which is going to be the ID. So detail.id .id. Very nice. And then inside this user one, in the th, this is where we're going to render and display the username. So we are going inside it, then we're going to clear that, and then inside we are going to call detail.name, because that is how our page is being displayed. Okay, yeah, .name, detail.name. Then this is the username, this is the Gmail, the email of the user. So we're going to say detail.email. That's perfect. Then the address, instead of the static one, we are going to fetch it. So detail.address. Address, like that. Then lastly, we are going to fetch detail.phone, right? Perfect. So I think every section has been defined, so we can save on that and see if we have an error or everything is perfect. Now, perfect. You can clearly see that now we are displaying the user details from the backend. For example, when you open this array, number one, you can see the name is user1 right here. I don't know if you can see. The name is user1, and that user1 has been defined right here, as you can see. The next one is the name user2, and you can see user2 right here. And then lastly, we have user3, and you can see user3 and the details are here. So that's perfect. And right now we can be able to see the user information from the backend. Now, whenever we create a new user, like whenever we try to create, for example, user number 4, so user number 4, so user 4, and then user 4 at gmail.com, like that. Then some random address number, then some random number, and then we try to add contact. We are going to be redirected. User created successfully, redirected to the home page where we can see our user number 4 right there. So that's perfect. So in the next video, we want to enable this edit button. Whenever we click this edit button, we are going to be directed to the edit form, and then inside the edit form we will already find that the user information has been fetched, ready to be edited. Okay, so that is what we are going to focus on in the next video. Stay tuned.